everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a spread for the new Japanese single for BTS, Lights. So as you can see, I sketched out kind of what I wanted to have the spread like, and now I'm gonna get started with my lettering. So I always have the problem where I measure out how long or how tall I want my lettering to be, and it always ends up way too big every single time. I can't help myself. But thankfully this is a very short word, just one word, and so it was perfect to make it nice and big and still be able to fit on to the paper. Also, as you can see, I've been trying to make my lettering a little bit more fatter and maybe rounder in some spots instead of tall and skinny. So this was my perfect opportunity to be able to do that without making it way too big. And then as you can see, I was picking out colors to use. I got a little bit ambitious here and wanted to blend some really crazy colors together based off of the outfits that they were wearing in one of the screen caps I used. So here I'm just trying to blend and see if it's even gonna work. As I've mentioned in other videos, my blending process it's not even a solid process. It's just a do it and hope that it works out kind of thing, and you'll see for yourself. But in this case, I really think that it did work out, and it actually looks better on camera from the start. I was really worried after my first letter that I had totally messed this up and needed to start over, but after the ink kind of dried, it really blended together more. I had a way easier time blending the yellow and pink together than I did the pink and blue. I think that that's because I was using the wrong transition in color. I should have been using a darker color to transition from the blue to the pink instead of a lighter color, but it ended up working out okay. There were spots of the blue that were way darker than I planned for, but I still think that considering I was using some really crazy colors, I also relied pretty heavily on my colorless blender, as I typically do when I'm trying to blend colors like this together. So I also decided, instead of doing my regular highlights, I wanted to do kind of stars, because that was going to be kind of part of the theme that I had going for this. So instead of doing a regular highlight, I used my gel pen, my white gel pen, to make stars, almost like a galaxy effect. And another thing, I've been trying to come up with things that I think would make my spreads look better, which of course is just a personal taste of what I like. You can do whatever you want. It's your journal. Don't feel like you have to do certain things to make it quote unquote a good journal. This is just things that I like, that I want to do to make my spreads look better for my taste. And one of them is, I've noticed people really cutting out their lettering very exact, and I am not very good at that. And so I wanted to try it here, and I used an X-Acto knife to kind of cut out some of the tiny parts. It ended up not being worth it because there was nothing in the background behind the letters in this spread. It was just white, so it didn't really need to be cut out like that, but I guess it gave me some good practice for trying that in the future. Also, as you noticed, I got out my Fiskars paper cutter, and I didn't even need it. I got it out on instinct and then realized that all of my pictures were going to be either cutouts or circles, so I didn't actually need it. But while I was doing this, I just kind of was freehanding the circles, and I really think that I need to invest in some circular paper cutters, because I do circles a lot. I always say, when in doubt, add polka dots, so I obviously like circular things, so I really need to invest in some different sizes of circle cutouts. And here I'm just measuring some of my planned out lines. That is kind of a way that I keep everything without having to reprint stuff or throw things out, I like to sketch out what I want to do first, and then I measure the sizes of the sketched parts, and that's how I print things or how I do my letters. Or in this case, I did like a big splotch of color. And I've also been really into the ripped edges on those kinds of things, as you've probably noticed if you've watched my other videos. And I had trouble at first matching the color of the background to that picture of 6 of them lying down. And so I had to use 2 different colors to kind of get what I was going for. Also, yes, I am still out of spray adhesive and I'm using the old glue stick method. I really need to go get some, but I just haven't had time. And also, I'm very poor. So please subscribe to my channel so I can afford spray adhesive. So here I'm just adding the stars into the background, and I actually added stars onto that circle cutout as well because I wanted it to be like a part of the background. I wanted it to blend together instead of being 2 separate pieces, and I think I did pretty good at accomplishing that. I really liked the effect that it gave. And I really loved this music video a lot. I think it's very, very pretty, so I really wanted to do it justice. And I think that I accomplished that. I really love this song. It's like a love song for each other and for themselves and for ARMY, the 3 things that they always emphasize that they love. And I just really like that. I love when they write songs like that encourage us to love ourselves, that it's okay to make mistakes and be who we are. And it's also reassuring to know that they feel that way sometimes too, and that it's okay, and they love each other and they love us. And I just love BTS so much. I love that about them. So I really love this song. It's super pretty. And here I'm just adding some polka dots because I didn't feel like the 2 halves of the spread were going together as well as I wanted them to. I pulled color from the picture of them laying on the ground for the lettering, but I feel like it's too small to really bring all of the color together. So I just wanted to add some polka dots to kind of bring the 2 sides together. And here is the final spread. I'm really happy with it. I think that this is some of my favorite lettering that I've done. So if you also liked this spread in this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.